Hi, welcome back to MLB Stache Talk with the official American Mustache Institute Major League Baseball correspondent, Collin Balester of the Washington Nationals. Collin, what is up?
Nothing much, just hanging out here in rainy Viera, Florida.
So you're about to end spring training. What's it been like? I mean, you're coming to the end of, what is this? Is this your third camp you've been to with the Nationals?
Yeah, this is my fourth camp. But yeah, it's coming to the end. It's coming down to the wire. It's between a couple guys, and we're going to find out very shortly what's going on, and hopefully it's the good news going up to Washington. So.
Well, the mustached American community, of course, is keeping our fingers crossed for you, our collective mustaches crossed, and I got to imagine with that immense beard you're sporting there, that the beard community, like our good friends at Build a Beard and the U.S. Beard and Mustache team, are all pulling for you to be in the on the big team as well this year.
Yeah, definitely. It's not often that you get the whole facial hair community on your side, and I'm lucky that I do have that.
Speaking of a wide community and brothers helping brothers, and in some cases sisters, because we've got a very strong female chapter in Berlin. So last time you were asking me about kind of the prickly nature of your mustache. So I had mentioned that mustache wax is actually a smoothing agent. So I went out and found some new mustache wax. It's right here called Captain Fawcett's Mustache Wax. And this stuff actually, you can use it as a smoothing agent. So of course, if the missus gets a little perturbed by the prickliness, you can smooth it. Obviously, it's best used if you have an English style mustache or a handlebar style mustache like Raleigh fingers. But if you need a smoothing agent, Captain Fawcett's Mustache Wax might be the trick to help you out.
It's always good to keep the missus happy. You don't want to prickle her. Give her raw upper lip while you're kissing. And it's one of those things where once you get it, you got to kind of groom it and keep it nice. And then if you could get it soft, it's best of both worlds.
So tell us a little bit about how spring training works. Like, what's your average day like during spring training?
Well, in the beginning of spring training, you're getting there at about anywhere from 6:30 to 7 o'clock. You're doing workouts, you're doing little things, PFPs, fielding positions, you're bunting, you're doing all this stuff, and then you end the day with shagging BP. You sit there and catch balls that all the hitters hit and throw them into the bucket. And then the games start coming along, so you pretty much do the same stuff in the morning, and then you have a game in the afternoon, and it's pretty much the same stuff every day. It's a Groundhog's Day every single day, and you tend to just enjoy doing the same stuff every day, and then you're ready to get out of here by about midway through spring training, and then I'm about at that point right now.
What's the biggest differentiation between the spring training experience and kind of the day-to-day grind versus once you get into the regular season? I mean, things really change once you get into the regular season, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. During the season, you have a lot more night games. You're not getting to the park as early. You're getting to sleep in a little bit more. Obviously, the adrenaline's kicked in a little bit more during the season. You got the fans there. It's just good. Spring training is good to get ready for the season. It's not as much pressure. You're just getting ready to go.
One thing that always struck me about spring training, and I used to live in Florida, so I'd go to a lot of games, was that the way that players are actually doing sprints and just working out in the outfield sometimes during the games, and obviously, you don't see that during the regular season, but I mean, it's a whole different vibe during the spring.
Definitely, yeah. My first spring training, when they told me that I had to go run on the field, and after I got done throwing, I would run on the warning track during the game, and I'm like, what's going on here? And now I thought that's how the big leagues was played. I was like, every game I went to, I never saw, when Bartolo Colon came out of the game, I didn't see him running sprints or running pole outfield wall at Anaheim. So I was a little bit frazzled a little bit, but obviously it's a little more laid back. you got to do your work, and it's spring training's, you come into camp in shape, and then you leave camp about the same shape or better, and you kind of just you go from there.
So we know, obviously, if you make the big league squad, you head to Washington. If you don't make the big league squad, what's the process? What happens then?
Process is pretty much, you get sent down, and the minor league camp ends in about maybe 3 or 4 days, or April 3rd or something. So you got a couple more days to sit around here, but you head to our AAA's in Syracuse, New York, and you just go there and just play the season just like you were in the big leagues, but obviously not the same. But you just play, and hopefully when something happens, you're the first name they call, and that's pretty much all you could do at that point.
And last year, of course, you started off in AAA, but you ended up coming back up to the big league club mid-season, and then ended up with one of the best ERAs on the team, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was a weird season last year. I was a starter, and I got pulled into the bullpen, and that was actually a blessing in disguise. I ended up better than ever, and I think that's the thing that turned around my career. I kind of just focused on pitching, and I became a better pitcher.
Do you feel like your mustache helps your velocity at all?
It's to the point where if I don't have a mustache, I feel like I'm naked. It's one of those things where I'm out on the mound, and I'm kind of feel like I don't have a glove on. Like, it's not that it helps me with velocity or not. It's just I feel like I don't if I don't have a mustache, it just the ball doesn't come out as smooth. It has nothing to do with velocity. I don't think it's just I just don't feel the same. The same as Tom Selleck in his prime.
Speaking of smooth, are you a fan of rum at all? Are you a rum drinker?
Yeah, I like rum. I went to St. Croix, the island of rum, and it had a lot of local rum there. And I actually loved it when I was there, and then when I left, I didn't really like it as much. But I'm more of the fruity rum drink. Not so much the spice rum.
Well, I got to tell you, so I just received this from mustached icon Ron Jeremy. It's called Ron de Jeremy Rum. And of course, the Ron Jeremy has a long, smooth taste like everything Ron Jeremy. And I've got to tell you that this, if you hit a dry spot during the season, maybe some mustached American Ron de Jeremy Rum might be the key for you this year. So just keep that in mind throughout the season.
All right, no, definitely. That sounds like a good smooth long taste, and it's one of those things where if people, pitchers and baseball players in general, if they struggle, they find a way to get themselves out of it. So you just got to do anything you can, and then that sounds like a pretty good drink of choice, and I would be willing to try it at some point.
Yeah, of course, as a professional athlete, trying to keep your body finely tuned, you're always thinking about alcohol as a means to improve your performance. Anyways, Collin, thanks again for joining us. Good luck. Let us know what happens if you get called up to the big league this year. We, the mustached American community and the facial hair community globally is, of course, rooting for you to be on the opening day roster for the Nationals. So good luck.
No, definitely. Like I said, it's not one thing to waste a beard or a mustache like this. If you see this in HD, it's amazing. I like it, like Brian Wilson in the playoffs. You saw that in HD. It's the facial hair in HD is like better than any 3D movie you've ever seen. So,
All right, Collin. Thanks again. Good luck.
all right, thanks.